Said I was going to talk about all the burns, but I think it's only fair to talk about the burns tomorrow, isn't it? We do have our Vicar racing out of Jason's burn. We have Better Call Mike racing out of Kevin's burn, and even the Butler did it out of Harry's burn. So if we're racing 5 horses on Saturday night, maybe we'll wait. I'll do the horses. I'll do the stables on Sunday. Probably just run through the babies real quick for everybody and let them know what's going on. Not a whole lot changed this week from the last time I did the video. I given you some horses in the outset, horses that trained well, very well this week. That's not to say the usual suspects don't. You know who I'm talking about, and I'll get right into them. Ale Sun has not done anything yet. We gave her the proper time for that curb. It's going to be cryo Monday or Tuesday. She won't be training next Friday either. No concerns there. Just wanted to do it right. A minor ailment that we wanted done properly. And Taros, just saw him in the barn. His leg continues to look good. Haven't got it ultrasounded yet. Not really in a rush. We'll probably ultrasound that in the next, I don't know, couple of weeks. For now, he's just staying in the barn. When the vet says he's okay to go out, we'll ultrasound him if the vet green lights him. He'll probably go in a small paddock here for a week, just so he doesn't rip and tear and hurt himself again, and then out to a bigger paddock when we turn him out in the future. Arctic Force trained well the other day, continues to train good. I think I continue to say to you guys, he'll jump forward when we take those flip-flops off, and I really believe he will. But he's been training well for the last little while and continues to look good. Beach Boutique looks fantastic. Really the polar opposite of what her sister looked like last year. And this filly here has really got it going on. Danny put the work to her pretty good the other day, moved her a few times. She finished up right beside us. Very strong, very talented filly. Very happy with Beach Boutique. I told you about Beach Bum BB the other day. James went with her in Harness AM and her finished up together. We were really smoking on the end of it. And Beach Bum BB starting to look really good. James getting along good with this filly too. I like that combo. We'll probably keep them together for a while. Bend Over. How about Bend Over? Bend Over was listed in the sale, but he's not going. Not the way he's training right now. Trained awesome again on Wednesday. This colt's really starting to put it together, isn't he? He's starting to learn how to do his work. He's finishing up good, but he's not getting hot, which is awesome. I think this colt's going to be all right. And little nip and tuck there for a while. I mean, we're not out of the woods yet, but it was nip and tuck there for a while how Bend Over would do, and I really think he's doing well right now. Bottle of Red. I turned Bottle of Red and Watch Av out for 10 days out in the grass. Watch Av had a little curb come. I guess we could have crowded it before we turned him out, but I want to let it settle a little bit. Just want to let it cool out and let him get some grass in him. You know, we've been training him pretty hard, and he's frustrated with the turns here, making breaks. I'm not concerned with Watch Av in the least. I think you're going to see him when the bell tolls June 30th. I think you're going to see a very good qualifier out of Watch Av. It's going to take a little work. And Bottle of Red was one of the first horses we bought. We bought her at a Goshen sale. She's been going forever. Just wanted to give her like 10 days on the grass. I think she's earned it. So Bottle of Red went out. Now, Brush Cut, he stayed in, trained good again on Wednesday, continues to train good. It's a very interesting colt. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with him this summer. Cabernet, she's out in the field for another at least 3 weeks. And then we're going to bring her back in. She's probably not going to be ready till the middle of July or end of July probably. But first and foremost, I want to get back a healthy Cabernet. No reason to believe she won't. By all accounts and from the prognosis given to us from the university, should make a full recovery. There's no reason to believe there was any damage done or anything wrong with her. So she'll be coming back in 3 weeks, get her heart checked. But that's mostly just precautionary, I believe. Canadian Titan. I'm going to make a few little changes on Canadian Titan. She made a break on Wednesday. She's growing. She's going to be a big girl. We're going to add the hobbles again to her, just a loose set of hobbles on her. I'm going to train her Tuesday, and then I'm going to opt to probably, hopefully, go with her on Friday. But we'll see how that turns out. Capistrano, she won't be training this Saturday. If she does, it'll be by herself. She's just starting back now. Remember I told you she was full of mucus, full of blood. We've just been jogging her very lightly. She looks great in the burn. So we'll probably, maybe we'll go a very slow mile with her on Friday and then have her scoped to make sure her throat isn't still reactive, as you would say. But I can't imagine it is. So Capistrano will start her trek back to the races, I believe, this Friday coming. and then we'll have her scoped right after. Cheatin' Dixie, you guys haven't really looked closely at Cheatin' Dixie yet. That's fine. She's not completely 100% comfortable and sound all the time, but her knees are starting to cool down. She's starting to look real good. Danny likes her, went with her the last couple of times. She looks good. I'm really excited to see what this filly's going to do. Obviously, keeping a very, very close eye on her knees. Classic Khan's been training well, continues to train well. He's got some egg bars on up front. We're probably going to take them off him. Just put a normal set of trotting shoes on him. And maybe we already did. Not sure. But he trained well the last 2 times he went. Sandra went with him here on Wednesday. I saw him go. I thought, excuse me. I thought he looked really, really well. Classy Will. James or I think, will go with this horse this week. He hasn't really had, we entered him in the sale, all right? But he hasn't really had a fair chance to really cut loose, right? Mark Isbell's always gone with him and just kind of had him in the mix or in a bad spot or first over or on the front. I'm going to go with this colt this week. I'm going to cut him loose and see how he feels. Compass Rose DC continues to train well. She's trained very, very good here on Wednesday. No reason to believe this filly won't be active when she gets to the stake races, and I believe she will. She keeps getting a little bit better every week. A horse I am a little concerned about is Crazy Mission again. I thought he was doing really well for a month. He made a break last week. I went with him. He was okay. He's on the list, and he's got some work to do. I'd love to see him do it, and I have every reason to believe he will, but he's on the list. Don't Believe Me, Just Watch is not. This horse has been training great. Kevin loves this colt, and he's looked great since he's gone down to his barn. He's doing a great job with him. Don't Believe Me, Just Watch looks very, very good. Emerald Miss is obviously always one of our top pacers here. Nobody really pays much attention to her. I know you do. I say that, and people say, yeah, I pay attention to her. It just feels like she's always hidden away, and she shouldn't be. She's one of our top pacing fillies. Enjoying My Life is still out in the field. I think she's going to come back in a couple of weeks. They opted not to cryo the curve. I think they injected it, and just going to give her a couple weeks off, and she was far enough ahead. That's not a problem for her. Excellent Nation trained on Wednesday, trained good. He'll be back in action Tuesday, back Friday. Fox Valley Shazam's been training good again. I know Mario was hiding her because he let her hobbles out and she got a little pacey. I don't think I can go there. I'd like to go with this filly, but I think you guys know she has talent. She has lots of talent. I don't think it needs to show up this second. Again, she's an Ontario bred. We're not pouring the coal to them just yet. Horse I am a little concerned about, Fortune and Fire. We're working on that throat issue with him. We've had some real freak injuries that are really, really hard for me to take. I said last week as a trainer. He's not injured just yet, but he does have a big pimple on his throat that has to be lasered off. So he'll have to have that taken care of. And then we have to keep a close eye on his throat to make sure everything is okay day by day with him, but everything looks okay so far. Frontier Cruise is training good, trained great the other day, continues to look good. Fusspot's training good. A little lackluster from what I expected to see this time of year with Fusspot, but still, as I said in training one day with her, I don't know what she'll be, but she'll be fun to drive regardless. Just her sheer overall speed and talent will be the only thing that slows her down. If there's a cap, if there's a saturation rate on her speed, she just physically cannot go any faster. That will be the only thing that slows her down, and I have no idea of knowing that until we get her in behind the gate in June. Giddy Up Max has been training great, looks good. He's going to be making his trek down to Harry's barn soon. As I said, we're doing some restructuring here where some of the babies will start going down. I don't want to lay anybody off, right? We don't want to lay people off. We worked hard to have a real good staff, and I want to make sure that we continue to have that good staff. So we have to move some of the horses around. Some of the people that had 7 will have 5. Some of the people that had 6 will have 5. Some of the people that have 5 might have 4, but we have to ensure that we keep the people employed that we can. It really doesn't matter to us. We pay everybody X amount of dollars per horse, so that won't change, but I do want to make sure we keep the people there because some really good caretakers here. Where are we at? Giddy Up Max. Globetrotting. Didn't train her on Wednesday. She was coughing a little bit. Gave her a little more X-Stem, which is supposed to be an immune booster. See how she comes along. Obviously, super talented filly. I was blown away with how well she can hear the rain. I was blown away with how well she trained on Saturday or Friday the week before. Looked really good. Harness AM. Harness AM has been lights out. She made a break the other day. I think I know why. I went with her on Thursday. I put her in gear, and she was all business on Thursday. Wednesday. She was all business on Wednesday. Havana Una Na keeps training good. I love this filly. Just Little Miss Underdog, right? A Guccio, and people have been talking about the Guccios in very negative fashion for the past 2 years. I don't have a problem with them, never have. Havana Una Na is our next Guccio that I hope will be a stake filly, and she definitely looks like she's on her way to at least making a very strong argument for that. Hometown Boys has been in 223 now. Inch every week, a little bit better, a little bit stronger. Gonna take time. He's frustrating to watch. I know you guys that own him are like, man, come on, where's the speed? He doesn't have any yet. He just keeps plodding along and getting a little bit faster every week, a little bit faster, a little bit faster, a little bit faster. He'll get there. I'll play it alone. Trained back really, really good with Danny the other day. He's probably going to be making a ship down to Shedrow 10 in the next little while. Shedrow 12 down with the girls, because we had just a mystical mission left, and we had Bay Jewel and them in the sale. So again, restructuring. Inland Beach trained fantastic, and she always trains good, this filly. She's a really nice filly, and I'm really excited, not just for me, but for the guys in PEI that sent her up here. You know, Albie and his family bred this filly, raised her, and sent her up here. Kept a piece of her, and I'm really hoping she does good things. Mario certainly likes her. He likes everything about her, and she seems to be a fast filly. So let's see what the summer brings for her. Jailhouse Master getting better every single week. A little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. Exactly what we need him to do. I told you I was cheering so hard for this horse. It was hard to enter him in the sale, but I knew probably in the back of my mind he was well on his way to not going to the sale. But we'll see. I was very, very happy with Jailhouse Master. Johan, always good. Made a break the other day. Not his fault. Well, it was his fault. It was 100% his fault. Danny didn't know him well enough to know that he would do that. I did, but I was obviously worried about Harness AM and really putting her through the paces. And Johan just made a little stupid mistake. He thinks he can trot through that turn as fast as any horse on earth. He just can't. You got to keep him coddled, keep him covered up, and then inch him out. As you start to move this horse in any way, if you start to exit your lane that you've been in, he starts to get aggressive, and he wants to get at it. He wants to fight, and he's very competitive. And you just got to watch him, and Danny just lost him, but no big deal. Not a big deal for Johan at all. Just for me and you, train grade. I mentioned her in the opening video, how impressed I was with her. She was a little off. I thought it was a growth spurt. A little off for 2 weeks. She looked great on the track today, bouncing around. I saw her. She looked fantastic. Trained great on Wednesday. Very, very happy for Felix and the owners, and for the filly. Knockdown Dragout continues to train well. As I said, pound for pound, you would have to say the best horse in the barn, because she's been good forever. So as much as I love Johan and really Blue Chip and those horses, they've had their bad days. They've had their bad weeks. Knockdown Dragout has not. So Knockdown Dragout continues to train well. Look great again here on Wednesday. I did not talk to Andrew about her, but if Andrew watches the videos at all, he's well aware of the two Sebastian K Pennsylvania breds that we have that are very talented. I would say, if everything works out well, they'll both be heading there in the summer. Libero Hanover, another Mr. Underdog, always just kind of present, always doing his work, always showing up. We showed him off here the one day. Danny put him in gear, and he looked fantastic. He made a break the next week on John Downey. He's been training good ever since, and just a really nice horse. So no concerns with Libero Hanover, another Pennsylvania horse we got that has shown talent. McPherson Thunder, 4 training sets in a row now. He's done it right. He's done it right. And Mario has said he was really, really good. Yeah, where's a tight hobble? A little concerning, but fast horse. And I would suspect with such a clean gait, we will be able to let those hobbles out as he gets more mature and quicker and faster, more confident. And for now, he wears them a little tight, but very, very fast. Marzank Hanovers continue to look good. Look great again on Wednesday. It's a fast filly. She got lots of pop to her. I really, really like this filly. Master Treaty. Ricky said he was great the other day. I'll admit I didn't see him go. But Ricky, I moved him down to Shedrow 5 with Danny and Ricky. And Ricky said the horse trained great. I don't want to call shenanigans, but very, very happy to hear Master Treaty trained great. One horse that would almost have to walk on water to stay here is McNugget. McNugget is trained, and I always said this to myself and to you guys. Hey, Twinsburg always trained flat. She's sour. You know, she's not flat. She's cranky. She's moody. She's stubborn. She's ignorant. I just don't see McNugget staying here, but same as everybody else, she's got 2.5 weeks to pull her pants up, pull her skirt up, and get to work. Very frustrating. Well-bred filly, everything going on for her, got a great gait. She's got a bad attitude. So we'll see how McNugget is over the next 2.5 weeks. A horse that's got a great attitude is Miss Brampton Beast. Wowzers. How good's this filly? She's, again, probably our best pacer, I guess. I know James is going to make an argument for Wiggle Delight, and Mario will also, and they'll talk about Inland Beach and other horses here. But Miss Brampton Beast, I think, is probably our best pacing filly. She's a nice filly, and you know, you could see, you can start to see talent start to bubble up, and the easier it is to polish, the better the horses look. And Miss Brampton Beast is very easy to polish up, and she looks really, really good. I mean, I was going to give it to her with Fusspot when she came to me in the training session. I was going to let her pace right with her. She blew right by me. There was no pacing with her, and did it easily. It wasn't just like, you know, a big fight and a tussle and she got by me. It was, excuse me, and she just kind of muscled her way to the front. Looks really, really good, this filly. Miss Mischief Makers on the rebound. You really get to see when they stand in a stall for 3 weeks and don't do any work. You really see the difference, and this filly slid quite a bit. She's obviously the same filly she always was and is going to get there again, but the slide she took from being in the stall from 3 weeks, I couldn't catch Enduring Strength with her last. Not that Enduring Strength's a bad horse. We were trotting hard, but she was tired, and it's just going to take time. It's just going to take time to get Miss Mischief Maker back into the swing of things. This was a big, strong, powerful filly. When she got injured, she looked a little frail the other day. Never seen her look frail yet. Just going to have to work a little harder on her. Train her. She didn't miss any time. She trained Wednesday, back Thursday at 2 very slow miles. Very happy with what I saw, but a lot of work needed there. Muscle Chrome coming again. Mario said she trained good on Wednesday. I didn't see her go, but he said she trained good. This is the same Mario that told me she was lame the week before. So, Muscle Chrome. This is a filly I'm cheering for also. She's not on any list to go to any sale. This is a filly with legitimate maturity problems, and we're taking our time and training her when we can and not training her when we shouldn't, doing the right things by her, and she's responding very, very well. Nancy Allison, as I said, trained in 213 the other day. Nancy Allison's a powerhouse. She's fast. She's a scatterbrain, little crazy, but somebody's trying to call me. But she looks better and better and better. No, she doesn't. She's looked the same for the last 5 weeks. She's always been fast, but no TQ the other day training. Now, she trained by herself, but it felt like she had her head on straight. So good for her. Nancy Allison was good. Need your opinion. Everybody in the world should cheer for this filly. Terrible breeding, just a homebred, just a little runt of a filly that come up here. She's now getting bigger and stronger, and she's attacking. Ricky moved her the other day, and she ground somebody. I can't remember who she was in with, but she ground them into the ground and beat them at the wire. This filly wants to achieve more and more and more. I love this attitude, and I really love this filly. Need your opinion was very, very good the other day. Olympic Hopeful, been a little flat, but I know when I trained her here the other 2 weeks ago, she was a powerhouse. I don't know what, you know, she looked flat with Danny, and Mark Isabel went with her the other day. She said, she was okay. I'm going to try and go with her on Friday because I know how talented she is. The problem is she's so good gated, I don't always get to go with her, right? And I can't say that I can go with her on Friday. I'd like to say I will, and I'm going to try to, but we'll see. Overdue Missions had 2 flat training miles in a row now. Looked great on Wednesday. James went with her. Said she just... Did James go with her? Yes, James did go with her. Said she was just running in a bit in the turns. We've been working, wearing a head pull on her every day. She respects it a lot more and was very, very strong. Path of Totality, I said in the outset, Path of Totality looks fantastic. Looks really, really good. Trained awesome again the other day. Here's a filly definitely moving forward like a rocket ship. Path of Totality is a filly that I hope and I believe we're going to hear from throughout the summer. Pine Creek, she is entered in the sale. Her appetite's just so-so. My biggest concern is if we can't keep weight on her and we can't get her eating now, what's it going to look like in the summer? I think she's just maturing, stressful situation, and I don't know if we can keep her. We may have to send her to the sale. Nice filly, probably do somebody some good, but concerning. Concerning is the word I'll say. I'm concerned, but we'll see how she looks over the next 2.5 weeks. Really Blue Chip was a little flat the other day in the mud. She's a little skinnier, and we talked about treating her for EPM. I think we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to look into maybe some EPM medication for her this week. This isn't something that will show up over a week. I mean, this filly's been great all along, but we'll see her start to put on muscle and look a little more confident if it's helping. If it's helping. It's a very vague thing, right? It could be a million things, but let's start. Let's start there. So we're going to start treating Really Blue Chip for EPM this week, I believe, is fair time to do it. But she's been fantastic. I noticed in the mud, she was 3 wide in the mud and then ended up a little flat that day in the training. And that's the first time I've ever not seen her just scream through the last quarter. So we're going to give, we're going to try. There's no negative side effects, so we'll treat her with. That's a stupid thing to say. There's always side effects, positive and negative. There's no noticeable negative side effects. Appetite, attitude, comfort, things of that nature. So we're going to put Really Blue Chip on something. I don't want to say yet. It'll be likely to be Baycox or Marquis, one or the other, but we will see in the coming weeks. Rocking Out Loud, this is another filly. You're going to have to pull your skirt up, dear. 2.5 weeks. She's on the list, and there's a very, very well-bred filly. Bit of an attitude problem. She's got talent. But if you're small and you got a little bit of an attitude problem, that could spell danger. So Rockin' Out Loud is on the list and does have some things to prove before May 14th. Rooney Blue Chip doesn't. Man, oh man, he was good the other day training. I know he was gapped off a little bit the last time. Made a few little shoeing changes. I think you're going to see a different Rooney Blue Chip. I want to go with this colt on Friday. I'm going to try my very hardest to go with him on Friday. He is starting to look good. Rose Run Valiant has looked good. Rose Run Valiant looked good for Danny. And then I think Mark Isabel went with him the other day, looked good again. Horse sitting on a very, very big training mile. Not that he needs it right now. He's got more work than everybody else, right? So Rose Run Valiant has looked great. Rose Run Versatile has looked great the last 3 training trips. Little shoeing change. It's funny. The same shoes that White Tiger wore too are the shoes that she's worn that she's feeling comfortable in. It's weird, eh? They're both obviously by Muscle Massive. Not something you usually put on a trotter. An aluminum with a flip-flop on a 2-year-old trotting filly or colt. I wouldn't say it's a preferred footwear for most trainers. We've had weight on her. We've had steel shoes on her. And I really didn't know if she'd trot with the aluminums on, but you could tell she was working too hard in the hobbles, and I really just wanted to help her. So we tried it. Worked great. She's trained great the last 3 training sessions. Sebastian Ray's been lights out all along. Looked great when I went with him. Made that break, but it wasn't his fault. He just kind of shied away from something and threw his head. We're going to put a little martingale on him. If he does it again, he'll wear a brain cord for the next month until he learns coast up and not throw your head, because that is obviously a problem. There's a lot of horses in many stake races, so shying away from other horses could be a problem. So we'll work on Sebastian Ray the next little while. Sebastian Yu's been absolutely perfect. If I had one fault, I think he's just a little too grabby, still in behind horses. But I think as we start going fast, he'll get a little more comfort, as he doesn't have to just climb up on top of them. He can coast up in behind them. I think Sebastian Yu will find some comfort in the coming weeks' training. Sometimes things happen. I told Garnet after he sold his share, I said, I think this horse is better than you think he is. And I'll tell you guys also, he looked great with the hobbles on. I or James will go with him on Friday. My pledge to you. Come hell or high water, I or James will go with Sometimes Things Happen with the hobbles on Friday. Spend that money. Looked tremendous again training the other day. A little tricky. She's a little quirky with her hobble. She wears a tight hobble and she likes them tight. And if you put them on her loose, she does not respond well. Same as Oso Pine. So spend that money was very, very good training here the other day. Spirit of Dio, I think we got her in a good spot now. The way she trained the other day was pretty impressive. Danny's going. Pretty impressive. I was very, very happy with Spirit of Dio in the way she looked the other day. And I think she'll come forward. As I said, she's going to make more breaks. That's a guarantee. But she wants to do better. That's important. Sunshine and Shade. Little temperature the other day. I think they went a slow mile with him. And then in the afternoon, he had a little temperature. They put him on some antibiotics. He may not train Tuesday, but he will be in to go Friday. He should be fine. Obviously, this is one of our better pacing colts, and he looks very, very good. Susie K. I did enter Susie in the sale, but I don't think she'll go. Susie K's shown a lot of ability and talent. As long as she can speed up, by that time, we'll probably have been in 210 with Susie K by open house day. We'll get a real good feel for can she function with these higher faster quarters? I would say yes, but we'll see soon enough. TMO Hanover, a little bit of a breath of fresh air for TMO Hanover, for us, from TMO Hanover. This is a big, strong colt. He does his work really, really nice. He looked good again training the other day. Very, very happy with him. Trafalgar, I don't know what to say about Trafalgar. She's training well. She made a break the other day on Harry. We let her hobbles out. She's just finding herself. So I think maybe, I don't think I have to go with her. I'd like to go with her, but I don't think I can or I have to. Harry's probably going to go with her on Tuesday and Friday. Maybe I can go with her on Tuesday. Maybe I'll try and go with her on Tuesday. But I'm very, very happy with Trafalgar thus far. Time Out Dazzle is always training good. Mario loves this filly. Probably stretch her out a little bit on Tuesday or Friday or both. We'll see how she looks this week. Time All Kazam. Every time I go with him, I like him. And I know that a couple other guys have struggled with him. Mario said he was really good the other day. This is a colt that may end up down in Kevin's barn for the summer. And I know probably, maybe Mario doesn't want to hear that, but Kevin has Time Houdini. And Kazam's a little finicky. And it made my mind up yet. We'll see how it works out. Mario's probably going to have 13 to 15 horses in his barn for the summer. And Kevin's going to have some of the Ontario 2-year-olds. And so will Harry. So they'll be spread out over 3 shed rows. And also Sebastian Ray won't be going to the U.S. Those clients like to race their horses in Canada only. So Mario will likely retain Sebastian Yu also. Yours if you want it. Fast and crazy. I'd be really trying not to go with this horse because I wouldn't put up with the way he acts on the track before they train, and he was a little bit of a bugger the other day training. So, I mean, he's not going anywhere. This is one of our best trotting colts in Ohio, but things are going to have to change with Yours if you want it, and we'll see. We'll see how he goes over the next week or two. Utopian is now down in Harry's barn. Utopian trained great here the last day when I went with him. He's only going to get better. He's going to put on weight and he's going to look good. Where he ends up, what he ends up being, I don't know, but he's a fast colt. Really like what I saw last week from him. Wachev, as I said, he's turned out in the field. Little rest and relaxation for Wachev. We gelded him, brought him back. He made a little break the other day. Wednesday was good, I believe, but the drone day made a little break, and I think he just needs a little break. So we're going to give him some time off, just 10 days. He'll be coming back in before him and who's the other one? Bottle of Red won't be training this week coming up. They won't be on the drone session. Also, no concerns, no lameness, no sickness, nothing of that. Just gonna freshen them up a little bit. Wiggle Delight, we changed her shoes the other day. Now Mario said we changed her shoes. She made a break on Ricky. We put the flip flops back on her. I don't know if it was the flip flops, but we'll leave them on her for now. This is a horse that both Mario and James have said they believe is the best pacing filly in the barn. I don't think so, but we'll see. She's amongst the tops. Paid into everything and can really fly. I want to see her really stretched out. I've seen Beach Bum BB really stretched out. I've seen Bottle of Red really stretched out. I've seen Inland Beach and Miss Brampton Beast really stretched out. Haven't seen Wiggle Delight really stretched out. So that will be the orders for this week. I want to see Wiggle Delight on the front, near the front, working hard for 1.5 miles. And I want to see what she does then. Then we can talk about the best in the barn after that. Will Power Fashion is really coming around. He looked great drone day. He looked great training the other day. Really, really happy with what I've seen from Will Power Fashion. Really excited to have this horse race this summer. Do I think he's going to trot in 55? No. But I think he's going to be a really handy stake horse for us in Pennsylvania. And I love Will Power Fashion. So we will see what transpires over the next few months. Zeb Sunshine, watch him jog today. He looks good. Not perfect, but he looks good. He's coming around good. Very fast colt. Another colt. Probably not ready to stomp on the accelerator with him just yet. But he's training very well and continues to train well. So happy with what we've seen with Zeb Sunshine. My only problem, he's a gelding. Or he's a stud. Probably shouldn't be. So that's something I want answered this week. Are we leaving him a stud? Is he going to stay a stud from now on? Or are we going to nip this in the bud right away? I'll talk to Mario with that quite a bit this week, and we'll make a decision. As of right now, he's a stud. We'll see if he remains one in the future. So that's that. That's the babies. Not a lot to talk about, as I said, this week. Not a lot going on with this pouring rain. But we'll be at it this coming week. I think it's supposed to be nice Friday. I don't know if it's supposed to be nice on Tuesday. There might be some Monday training. We'll see. But definitely Friday looks good. We are going to have an early start to the babies this week. It'll be 7 a.m. or 7:15 if Curtis can. because I am leaving. Win, lose, or draw, I'm pulling out at 11:30 to go to Ohio. So, that's everything that's gone on at the stable this week thus far, as of Saturday afternoon. That is everything that will take place next week. You're all caught up. All that's left are the barns, and I'm going to do those Sunday because I want to see how the horses race tonight in the mud at Flamborough. So, that's it. Hope you guys had a dry weekend. If you did, you probably were indoors. It's really wet one here. There's a lot of rain falling. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you have a great week coming up. Take care.